Ty is my most quiet, reserved, passionate about sports, about kids, family in general.
The thing with Ty, with the smile on his face, doesn't matter what goes wrong, what happens, he's still going to keep a smile on his face. You know, just a happy-go-lucky child.
So he's a hard worker, a very focused kid, a smart kid, always been a great gentleman.
He's not the Duncan type, he's not like the most athletic, but he's quick, he's smart, his IQ is up there.
He always liked to stay outside. Always want to play ball. Always want to see what makes this operate. Always want to test things. Always want to buy things. Always thinking about business things. That's how
he had to be outside. He had to have a basketball in his hand, football.
Coach Secrets, who was the head coach, said, you know, we don't have a receiver that want to go across the middle and catch the ball. And Ty was our punter as a ninth grader, believe it or not. And he said, Coach, I'll do it. I'll run the slant. His first pass, his last pass he ever caught, was across the middle, 42-yard touchdown, untouched. And I mean, they didn't know he was that fast, but I think he was more scared than running fast.
you really want to catch him down unless you like real sick or something like that, but he is still trying to, you know, put a smile on his face.
I never can tell you a time I saw Ty mad. Like, I don't know what Ty being mad is. Like, I take it as a joke. Like, you mad? You really mad?
When he was like, 8 years old, signed up for a March Madness basketball tournament. About to sit in starting five in the game. Ty said, Coach, I can't go in the game. I said, what's wrong, man? He said, my leg won't stop shaking. I can't go in the game. So I'm going 2 minutes and I'm coming out. He goes down the court and run up down. He looks at the clock. At 2 minutes, he looked at me and said, Coach, I'm ready to come out.
Very headstrong as far as, you know, his goals. He knows academics is first. And, you know, his mom told me, you know, no academics, you're not going to play any sports. And he understood that.
no problems out of him whatsoever. No drinking, no smoking, no partying. I'm proud of my nephew, man. Yes.
All of us were getting ready to go in the den to start watching the basketball game on TV. Just got ready to sit down and watch, and the TV was blank. It was just black. And so I'm thinking Taylor's doing something in her room, so I'm like, Tay, are you trying to watch the game without me? And she was like, no, it's not showing, Mom. And I said, what do you mean it's not showing? And as soon as I said that, my phone rung, and I saw Coach Garvin, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why is he calling me? And he's like, Dolores, something happened with Ty. We're gonna need you to come to North Carolina.
The athletic trainer was performing chest compressions. He was doing a great job.
He was not breathing and there was no carotid pulse, so I had him immediately restart compressions.
And I looked up at the television and said, Ty Solomon collapsed. I said, what?
Somebody called me and said, you know, breaking news, Ty Solomon, you know, and I said, that's not my cousin.
His coach called, couldn't understand what Coach Garvin was saying because he was in tears. And then all of a sudden a parent came on the phone.
The silence of the crowd, you could hear individual voices. It was very quiet in there.
I got a text. He said, Ty Solomon stopped breathing on the court. I'm like, what?
At that moment, I looked up to Greg and I told him, this is a cardiac arrest. He went to call in for additional resources. I looked down, there was an AED by my side. I slapped the pads on him. It analyzed the rhythm and delivered a shock. Had him hold CPR and I checked and he had a good strong pulse.
Yeah, he started breathing on his own. He started opening his eyes.
I asked somebody, what's his name? And they said, Ty. And so I just kind of said, Ty. And he opened his eyes and said, huh. That's what he said.
At that point, we were focused on how are we going to get him out of there and get him to the hospital.
Immediately, they took us directly to the room where he was, and I was able to see him. I actually saw a smile on his face, and the first thing he said was, "Mom, I'm okay."
The game before, I was dehydrated. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hydrate more, I'm gonna do this more. So waking up, I had bottles of water next to me, chunks of water. That morning ate fruits, pancakes, like bacon, apple juice. And from there, I was ready for the game. One of my other teammates, Alex Taylor, he asked me if I was all right, not knowing how my face looked. I was just thinking, yeah, I'm just frustrated because of the score. And from there, I put my head down in my hands, and that's all I could remember. Until opening my eyes and ambling, everybody's around me, my coaches, teammates, everything plugged up on me. And I was trying to lean up, but didn't have enough energy to lean up, so I was like, maybe I should just not talk and just sit back on down. Hospital stay, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed the food. I mean, it wasn't bad. I have a 4-year-old little sister that came to me. She said, "Are you doing okay? Mom told me you were sick." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." She's like, "Okay."
To get the love of people stopping by the hospital and the cards and the kids that just seen him as a basketball player but looked at him as a hero, that was heart-touching.
He got out, he saw me, he's looked around, saw his brother and his sister and mom, and he's like, "Hey Dad," said, "Hey Ty, doing all right?" Said, "A little pain, but I'm hanging in there." And from that point, he realized that, you know, he had a second chance at life.
I would say God has his purpose, his reason. So I would say it's an opening to, like, you are bigger than just basketball.
The wake-up call to everybody. I think anywhere you go, especially with sports involved or just in nature at all, you need to have CPR training.
Got a clear understanding of the importance of CPR, and I think just the fact that it made an impact on his life is what he really wants to reach out and let everyone know.
He's a tough kid, very tough kid.
I just want him to be great. You know, I love him. You know, and everybody around him love him, and he's going to continue to do great things in life.
I just feel like that was God's way of just touching millions of people's hearts that actually saw it.
He's got a lot of prayers behind him. He's gonna be all right. See, right then I knew that when he went down and he got back up, that told me he was gonna be all right. That's it.
Get on your feet and give it up for Ty Solomon. Give it up for one more time, the pride of Johns Island, South Carolina, Ty Solomon.
It's just something about Ty.